Empaths, what's going well for you? What victory moments are you having? Ring that victory bell. Tell me, put a comment below because change is not easy. And some of us are having to change maybe because situations haven't been great for us. A relationship may have broken down and you've decided to start working on yourself, which is always healthy. Or you may have just got to a point in your life where you've decided, like, actually, I need to do me. The road is not always necessarily easy. And sometimes it can be very easy for our brain to focus on lack and what isn't there and what we've lost. And that is just one of the many ways where our energy becomes lowered and we can end up becoming sad and depressed. However, as you may or may not know, focusing on your future, your dreams, your aspirations, taking small steps in that direction can be profoundly important for you and can give you a sense of power. It can give you a sense of control. Remember, if you're an empath who's been in tricky relationships, we can often, give our love away excessively in the hope that that relationship will fulfill or that relationship will complete us. That can be challenging, especially when relationships don't work out the way you planned, which may leave you back in a situation where you're on your own and having to work on yourself. Now, that can be very difficult, especially for the ego, because the ego might start to kick off and say, well, if you would have done this and you would have done that, that ego, that inner critic, that voice in your head can lower your frequency and make you kind of go back over your situation and think about, well, if I could have did this and I could have did that. The challenge you have is you have to bring yourself back into the now. Ground yourself. This is the value of meditation, to be able to observe your thoughts rather than be victim to them. What has gone well for you? What is going well for you? What victories are you having? And these might be small victories. For example, a small victory might be that you have prioritized to do things for yourself. A small victory might be that you've planned a holiday. A small victory may be that you have audited your phone. I talk about that in my book, Why Love Hurts, the value and importance of auditing our phone, especially if you're a sensitive soul and you might get triggered by videos, pictures, even clothes and items. Sometimes we may even need to audit our space. We may need to sanitize our space for our own sanity, especially if we're trying to move on. So let me know what is going well for you. Where are you taking your energy, especially if your energy has been plowed into situations you can't control? Because remember, sometimes empaths, let's be frank about this, we've sometimes tried to control situations. Sometimes we can do it under the guise of being helpful. Sometimes we can do it under the guise of being encouraging. But fundamentally, if we're conscious and we're honest with ourselves, there has been an agenda for maybe to get people to love us, to get people to need us. And things haven't worked out the way you've planned. You may be in a situation where you're really having to do the work on yourself. And listen, working on yourself is not easy, but being stuck isn't easy either. So let's pay attention. What small wins have you had? What is going well for you? And I know you may not know, I definitely know, that one of the most important aspects of our journey is asking for help. Asking for help is often really difficult for men. I think it's one of the reasons why they show up disproportionately in terms of the statistics for suicide. Men aren't great at asking for help. But asking for help is also a fundamental part of the journey because it's about surrendering. It's about knowing that you've got as far as you can. And actually, the next step, you need some support. Personally, I wouldn't be where I am here today if I wouldn't have had my own therapists, my own coaches. I've invested. I'm very much aware of my own limitations. And then I get people to come alongside me to assist. So what has gone well for you? Leave a comment below. Let me know. It's your girl, Keely Taverner. Celebrate those victories. Acknowledge your victories because you commemorate. You sit in misery when things don't go well. So what has gone well? What is your small win? Let me know. It's your gal, Keely Taverner. Do take care of you, because if you don't, no one is coming to save you. You must learn to save yourself.